beeping, booping things in my office off. I'm sure my dog is going to be very quiet today.
Of course, as always.
Because he has been sleeping all day, so staying asleep should be no problem for him.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Did you get notified? I didn't get notified.
Yes, I just became notified.
The notification has begun.
Yes, the notification has begun. What, you want to do intros today?
An advertisement.
An advertisement.
Look at us.
Did you get an advertisement?
I got an advertisement.
I didn't get
it. All right. So, hello everybody. It's Ben's Day, which means it's your favorite day of the week, and you get to hang out with your BinPodcast crew buddies.
Yo.
We're at 50% strength. Brenna is probably. What is that? Is that you?
She's doing grown-up shit. I'm in a leather chair, dude.
No, I just heard like a jungle theme or something. Like, did you hear that?
A jungle theme?
It was like I don't know, it was music. I figured it was you pushing buttons over there.
Nope. It might be my cohort. Did you play music on your phone?
Maybe.
No, she didn't.
I don't know. Okay. Either way, Brenna is off saving the world. Wayne is taking a bit of a break. He needed today off, so you know where to find us, big fella.
And this is coming out of your paycheck, just so you know.
Wait, he gets paid?
Oh, shut up.
We're all very wealthy.
Yeah.
Independently, super rich peeps. That's what we are.
All of the above.
So the long and short of it, the good news and the bad news is y'all are stuck with us this week.
Well, that is good news and bad news.
Yes.
Let's get down to the weeds about it, shall we?
I have a surprise for everybody.
I know. I've been waiting for it for like an hour now, so I'm super stoked.
Let me do this one. Yeah. Okay. I ordered something last week. It finally showed up. Got my super cool dragon unboxing knife.
Ooh.
Are there any guesses of what's in the box? Any guesses?
What's in the box?
Okay. Fabulous.
So you're not no. So you're not even gonna give us a hint or anything.
I mean, you haven't even guessed one thing yet. Any doxing?
A new dog? Because the old one's broken?
Well, they didn't put any, what's it called in there? Any holes in it. We are.
You bought shoes. I've been waiting an hour for you to pull out a pair of shoes.
Look at these! Oh my god, the green's disappearing.
It's shoes.
Nice. That's one.
This is my life now. Sitting on the internet, looking at a grown-ass man unboxing shoes.
Oh, these are sweet.
Val agrees.
I likes this. Well, I had to get new shoes because I'm being personal trained at the moment because I gotta get my body back. I used to be a fucking Adonis. Not so much anymore. I'm resting highly on my personality these days.
I think we all are. But seriously though, shoes. That's what I've been waiting for.
I'm gonna put them on. I'll put one of each on.
Still, shoes. This is my life now. All of a sudden, my life has turned into me sitting here on a Thursday night, drinking beer, watching my mate unbox shoes.
And put them on.
Yeah, my 39th year on this planet does not look better than it did yesterday. It really doesn't.
I'm guaranteed to run faster, jump higher than these old boys. Oh, yeah.
Holy. Yeah, well.
They're amazing. Oh, that's one.
You just have to get unfat first.
I'm working on that part. You know, to be fair, my BMI and all that stuff was fine. I'm just out of shape. I'm not overweight yet. I'm just not used to. I've been very, very skinny my entire life, so not being skinny kind of fucks with me.
I love your how you're not fat yet caveat that you had to put yet in there.
Well, I was well on my way. I gained 40 pounds in 6 months, dude.
Yeah, all right. But you have to remember, this is also being released as a pure audio, and you've been showing off sneakers. Okay. So you need to tell people what you've ordered and why.
I have, oh my God, are a pair of the James Harden Step Back 2s in, color is this? Color Wave. I think they're called, like, I don't know. These shoe heads have so many different colors. But they're like blue and green and black, and they're awesome. Then I also have the Tap Tier Super. Yes, the running shoe.
It's a running shoe. All right.
I'm gonna go for a run tonight.
Yeah, Val is sitting here besides me, and she's singing.
Awesome, dude. So,
she wants her some of that.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. After I have so little in life to be like overjoyed about. Oh shit! Did you see that guy in the chat?
Yeah, it's a French guy called Vanier Maquet.
But it's these little steps and these little things that I get that are nice to have, because apparently thoughts and prayers or happy thoughts, or however you want to call it, to everyone in the west side, the western coast, Pacific coast of Mexico. They just had a terrible 7.2 or 4 magnitude earthquake over there, and they were worried about tsunamis and the whole thing. And now there's another hurricane.
Really? I had no idea.
George, I think. After Ida, it was George. So it's just like there's all these storms. So like, I'm sorry for everyone who's like suffering, because every time I schedule a vacation to your beautiful country, some horrible act of God tries to get in the way and destroy the island I'm trying to get to. So
yeah, dude, you're banned from ever getting here.
I should probably just not even be in my house. Or you know what? I plan. No, I can't say that on air. Never mind. I'll tell. I'll put it on Patreon where I said where I would go to see an act of God destroy that place, and a couple of specific addresses that I would say that I was at.
Is that how it works? Like, you put in an address on like Google Earth, I want to travel there, and there's like some horrible disaster just hits.
A meteorite just hit. It touched. 5 tornadoes just touched down at this girl's
very
house.
Specific address.
Only hit this place.
All right. Yeah. Well.
So what are you up to? How was your week? What are you drinking?
Drinking beer. Bro. As always. Bro. Actually, they've really grown on me, and they're cheap as fuck as well. So it's a good beer. Doesn't cost a lot of money, and does the trick. What have I been up to this week? Well, it was my birthday last weekend.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, and let me say this for Wayne since he's not here right now. We properly tried to call you for about 10, 15 minutes to wish you a happy birthday.
I know.
And you didn't call back. You didn't say, I hate you, I love you, fuck you. Nothing. Just ghosted. Just ghosted
Yep.
us. Like a couple of
Yep.
nobodies.
Yep.
Like
Yeah,
we're
you
some
got properly ghosted.
like we were a couple of Nigerian princes trying to give you your fortune.
All right. Let me see if I can find my R card so I can give it to you. But yeah, no, fuck, dude. No, it was fantastic. We went out on a charity run about around 100 motorcycles, drove about 120k, which is 75 miles. From one place to another for charity. Yeah, it was great, dude. And then we went home. We were supposed to go to a party. We decided to stay home, make some food. You know, have a good
Like you
time,
do.
like you do. Because obviously I'm old as fuck now, so I can't even be bothered to go to parties anymore.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
just lower and lower on that, like wanting to leave and go out and do shit stuff. I'm like, ugh. Or we
no, but
could
you
just
like,
stay home.
or yeah, that's it. Like that's your sentiment now. It's like we could do this,
Mm-hmm.
or we could stay home.
And do nothing.
And do nothing. Just watch a movie with our feet on the couch,
Yeah,
drinking a bottle of beer. Life is good.
just relaxing.
Yep. So yeah, no, it was great. Yeah. Other than that, got a bit of a cold. What? I got a bit of a cold. So I had to stay home. And we've been doing some stuff. We've been looking at a house because we're, buying a house down here. I'm selling my old house and moving down here.
We'll make sure there's enough for everybody in the Bin Podcast.
Well, that's what we're looking at. We need more space. So the house we're looking at was quite small. So we need to look at what the rebuild would cost and, all that kind of stuff. So we're not really there yet, but we're getting there. We're going to find somewhere.
I mean, if you just have stables in the back, I'm sure that's great for Wayne. He'd enjoy
Well,
it.
well,
A couple of
we just
bales of
need
hay.
to. Mm.
That's all he really needs. You don't need much.
Yeah, I just have to tell Val, if you want to say something, you do have to say it in the
English.
comment section. No, you have to say it in the comment section because I can't read text messages while on the screen.
And we need the chats anyway.
And we need the chat anyway.
Hi, Cat. Catermelon's here.
Hey, Catermel. Yeah, so that was about my week. I do have to say though, I did come home to a very nice surprise the week before because we want to celebrate with our kids and stuff like that. So, but I told you about this. They had all these balloons up, and the cake was in the oven. It was just fantastic, and I got all of these beautiful gifts, like this glass. It says "Lovely Boo Boo" because I'm 5 years old as well.
Accurate.
Accurate. Well, the mental age of a toddler. And yeah, it was fun.
Let's do a little.
Really
Let's do a little how the sausage is made. A little behind the scenes here. So if you are listening to the show, howdy. We are changing the way that we record with the audio. So this should sound much better, except for Jartan and his fucking tape of doom. So the audio should be much better, but also we're running everything on the video through Streamlabs exclusively, except it's besides me doing like 150 steps using OBS. So I hope it looks good. Hope it sounds good. If you guys are in the chat, please let me know how we look and sound. Ugly, we already know. You can just skip all those and just go to like the productive criticisms.
Yep. And Tanjamais, thank you for your constructive criticism. No, it still sounds like shut up. So yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, enough about me. How's your week been?
I'm on cruise control right now because I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks to go get married and all that good stuff. So I could care less what happens around me. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. I'm just counting down the hours. You know what, you fuckers? You only got me for 16 more this week, and then I'm done. And I can't be bothered.
Congratulations. So, all right. So you are actually getting married this time.
What do you mean this time?
Well, you're actually gonna get married unless some horrible catastrophe destroys your country or anything.
I don't care about. I mean, the piece of paper is a piece of paper. I already got down on one knee and gave her the ring. Her mine now, and I'm hers. So that's as far as the relationship is concerned. We're great, but trying to organize anything in this country with COVID is impossible. It is impossible because wherever it's just like the fucking earthquakes and hurricanes. Wherever you want to do something, the people there are like not wearing masks and they're spiking all the numbers, so they shut everything down. Like anywhere you try to go, people are being irresponsible. So,
Yep.
thanks, guys. We really wish we could be done with this.
And again, how the sausage is made. You need to post login details in the chat so I don't have to look at ads for the New York Times article because I was going to do this beautiful segue, but I can't pull up the article because
I can pull it up.
it's full of ads. Okay.
I'll just pull it up on my side.
No. But fuck that. I got a better segue. So you can't do anything in your country except for a certain governor signing a certain horrific fucking law into what is it called into law, signing it into law.
Yeah.
Signing the law.
Oh, we're still
that
doing
you
that
can
one?
do.
Were we still doing that
Yeah,
one?
we
Okay.
still we have to talk about it because he fucking signed the bill, mate. It's the most idiotic fucking thing ever fucking happened
May or may
to
not
a civilized country.
may or may not have accidentally closed that. I'm just saying someone. I mean, I could totally understand if somebody accidentally closed it because you know what happens. People make mistakes every day.
Oh, you closed that?
Baby. I closed it. I got like 10 ads that popped up, so I was just like closing like crazy, and I was like, ah, shit, shit, it's gone. I don't know where it is. Well, I guess we'll do the second thing that I wrote down. We'll do that at the end of the show.
Yeah.
While I'm finding that, while I ruin your sec. Oh yeah, I found it. Never mind.
We found it. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yes, there it is. If only it would open.
Read it to me, baby.
I hated that song. I think I still do.
I fucking hate it, but it's fucking hard. Have you tried to do like the do not headbang challenge?
Oh, we should do that. You want to do that today?
Really, yeah, I would love to do that, but it's fucking hard as shit, dude. Like to sit there when that song comes on and don't move your head. You go. Like I seriously struggle, dude. Like it's horrific.
Let me do some extra.
All right,
work.
yeah, all right. I'll put it. I'll pull it up. Pull it up.
Too late.
All
Which is done. Probably
it's just
out.
done. All right.
There we go.
So, Justice Department sues Texas over a new law that bans nearly all abortions. The Department of Justice is suing Texas over the state's restrictive abortion law. The lawsuit comes after the Supreme Court, stacked 6-3 with conservative justices, last week refused to block the controversial abortion law from taking effect. President Joe Biden had blasted the High Court's overnight ruling, saying it insults the rule of law.
And this article is coming from CNBC and written by Kevin Bruninger. Bruninger.
I like that his handle on Twitter is Kevin William B. He knew that nobody was gonna get that last name.
maybe somebody, or maybe it was already taken. Like he wanted that, but how many letters is that? That's probably why. But William's quite
No,
legit.
it's no Kevin Bruninger. Like he knew that about who are you on Twitter, and he would have to spell it out every time. So he was like Kevin William B.
Yeah. Be Kev.
Smart guy.
Just call yourself Kevin Hart, and then everybody goes
Yeah.
to Kevin Hart, but they find you on accident. Let's see here. Let's see. The Department of Justice on Thursday sued Texas over its restrictive new abortion law, saying that state's legislature enacted the statute in open defiance of the Constitution. And then, actually, the press conference from Merrick Garland, the governor of Texas, was literally scheduled when we were supposed to start, and I'm just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting, and nothing happened. So we had to go live, but who
Yeah,
knows?
Merrick Garland is not the governor of Texas. He's the attorney
Oh,
general.
Attorney General. My fault. My fault. Oh, Abbott. Abbott is the governor.
This is true.
The 30-page complaint against the Lone Star State, filed in federal court in Austin, also accuses Texas of adopting an unprecedented scheme to insulate the abortion law from legal challenges by empowering private citizens to serve as bounty hunters against those who seek out or assist in obtaining abortions. What was the other part I liked here? This kind of scheme to nullify the Constitution of the United States is one that all Americans, whatever their position, politics, or party, should fear, Garland said Thursday. If it prevails, it may become a model for action in other areas by other states and with respect to other constitutional rights and judicial precedents. And that's like, I know everybody gets fucking pissy when I say shit like, "Oh, well, this fucking dirty monster motherfucker needs to have a fair trial." Because as soon as you start degrading the law and you start diluting it, and rules can't be enforced the way that they're supposed to be, and then you suddenly get outvoted, now you have really unleashed the Kraken, and you're going to open yourself up for a lot of dumb shit that you're not really ready for, that no one's ready for.
No, but here's the deal. I totally agree with you here, right? I don't necessarily agree with all the rules and restrictions and laws that we have, but these are the laws that we have, and we all have to abide by.
Right.
So if you break the law, and the law is that if you break the law, these are the proceedings we have to go through for you to be sentenced, guilty of this horrific crime that you may or may not be guilty of. You have to go through this process of a trial and all of that stuff. I think your jury of your peers stuff that you're doing is absolutely ludicrous. How you just pick 12 random people and then you have this jury selection where people get booted out because you don't like them or because of ethnic. It's
Exactly.
ludicrous. I don't. I
Which 12 people can I more easily influence? That's
Yeah,
what it turns
and
into.
yeah, it's like who are most likely to agree with me. And it just doesn't make any sense. And these are ordinary people who has no education within the law or anything. Like I think it's stupid, but that's the way your system works at the moment. Should that system change? Absolutely, but that's the system that you have right now, and you have to abide by that. Changing systems to the better, I'm always for it. But saying that I'm going to break a law because I think the system is wrong and then I'm not going to abide by the system that is in place is just ludicrous. The system is there, the laws are there, abide by them, and you won't have an issue.
Or or
It's,
or what I would love for more people to do, which is I'm dead ass considering it. People have to become politicians. You have to become lawyer. Like everyone can't wait on the old white guys who are in charge now to just suddenly see the light. Like there's gonna have to be some new faces, and there's gonna have to be some younger, newer people in these spheres of influence if you want shit to change. But if we all just say, okay, I'm gonna vote for the old white guy that is probably gonna maybe listen to what I have to say, and that's a step in the right direction. It's like, no, we gotta run. I don't want to like blow smoke up AOC's ass. But I'm just, but there's no point
you'd
in.
love to blow smoke up AOC's ass, so
But
What the fuck are you talking
but
about?
there's no point in complaining about it unless somebody of our group, of our age group, and of our mindset is going to actually run. Because if not, then you're just going to get stuck with it.
Yeah.
So
But
it's at this time I announce my run for presidency in the 2032 election.
yeah, there's actually an election in 2032. So yeah, just have to do
That was
math.
good math, huh?
Yeah, that was good math. You were like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get that.
1 plus 1 is 2.
Yeah.
Quick maths.
No, but I actually think I think you're right. I think that a lot of people are just complaining about things not being the way that they want it to be, and they don't do anything about it. They don't try to influence. They don't try to go into politics. They just sit around and whine and backbite about all the shit that's wrong in the world, and they don't do anything about it.
Yeah. I would like if we
Which
can
is
get I would like for us to try and get some at least some of my local people I'm going to reach out to. Like I know Tammy Duckworth is my House rep. No,
sorry.
she's my
Who
senator.
now?
Tammy
Who now?
Duckworth. Easy. Give her a quick Google before you make jokes. I'm just gonna say this.
No. I'm not going to say anything about her persona.
Oh,
Her name was
Tammy Duckworth.
okay.
I'm warning you.
No, I didn't say
I'm
anything.
trying to save you. And Bill Foster, who's a physicist.
First of all, me laughing at somebody else's name is just,
Yeah, hold on.
yeah. That's just it's just a Tammy Duckworth. It was funny.
Hi, Tammy, if you're watching, love to have you on the show.
Yeah. So, but do you think that because the Supreme Court is stacked 63 conservatively, would it have gone any differently
if it wasn't stacked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if it wasn't 63 the way that it is. And the reason I'm gonna elaborate on my question. Okay,
yeah, I don't understand.
All right, so do you remember when we had Ken on who explained to us that Roe versus Wade has been so demolished over the year that it's almost ineffective as is? So actually abolishing Roe versus Wade wouldn't actually make such an impact as people make it out to be.
Okay.
So, and this is not me. That's what he said. I had no idea about this. I thought that like Roe versus Wade was like one of these like pillars of law that you didn't change.
A landmark.
Yeah,
case.
yeah. But apparently, it has been, subsequently just bits and pieces been torn out of that, and the actual of overturning that Roe versus Wade Supreme Court case would not make such an impact because of it. So, what do you think is actually the problem with what's going on now? Would it have been any different? Because the courts have been stacked on the other side, but Roe versus Wade has still been diminished over the last 45 years.
I mean, this essentially turning citizens into abortion bounty hunters is I think slightly different. You know what I'm saying? Like legally, I think it's just like a different realm because it's not so much that they're trying to stop a certain behavior; it's the emboldening and encouraging with financial gain people for brown shirting and just like, you know what I'm saying, snitching on their neighbors and getting into people's business and violating their fucking HIPAA protections.
And this is the thing that I still didn't get last week, and I still don't get it this week. I'm trying to understand how it's not illegal, but you can file a civil suit, and you most likely will not civil suit. I just don't get how that works. I really need us to get like a lawyer or something to explain that shit.
Maybe I can get Ike to come back and explain it.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
But from what I understand, like I think illegal and criminal. Is that what the difference is? Because criminal things are different. A domestic disturbance is different than like bad checks.
Yeah, no, but both are illegal. The thing that I'm trying to the thing that I'm trying to get at is because I don't really understand how. Um, was it O.J. Simpson? I'm pulling this out of my arse, so don't. But he got acquitted of the charges of homicide, right? So they did not convict him. He was innocent of that, but in the civil case that the family of the victims felt, he still got sentenced to pay them damages. And I don't understand how that can be two separate things. This
I,
is what I mean. How I don't understand how your civil, how your court system can work. That all right. So I have
I
not been
think
convicted of her doing this one thing, but then you go and say I still think you did it, and then you can win, and I still have to pay damages. But
I think that's that right. The sentence before that was the separation. It's not that they think that you're guilty; it's that you have to present a claim to a judge to say, "I am out of such amount of money, or I have received emotional distress over this, or I have the." It's like between you and the person versus before that was OJ versus the state. So now, so the state is going to try to put you in prison, not so much to try to like get money from you. Like you don't go to court with like I don't know this city of Chicago for money. It's usually for jail stuff, but it's always like a civil something rather that does the. Go ahead.
absolutely. But here's my question: if I have been acquitted by a jury in the court of law,
For the criminal proceedings.
yes, I have not done the crime, so the deed is not done by me.
That's not true. You have not been found guilty. It's not that you didn't do it.
No, they acquitted him. He was found
That doesn't
not guilty.
but that doesn't mean
Not guilty.
but that doesn't mean you didn't do it. That means you were found not guilty. That's how stupid law is.
No, but that's what I mean. Like over
Like
here.
you could have done
No, no,
it
no.
but been
No,
found
but
innocent. That doesn't mean that you didn't do it.
no. So here's the law semantics get me confused because over here, right? If I get, um, I'm a suspect of crime and they take me to court
Hmm.
and I'm convicted, then I'm guilty. I've done it. And I have to, face the music. I have to, do
Hmm.
my time or whatever. But if I get acquitted, I'm not found not guilty of that crime. It's not like you can, like the state has to come up with new, very conclusive evidence for me to
And new
to
charges.
reopen the case, and nobody can like go out and say you did it, and like no, dude, like seriously, I didn't. Like this is it's not like somebody can come and file a claim and say, "Hey, you did it." No, the police, who has all the resources in their fucking world, couldn't prove it, so I haven't done it, right?
It
And
hasn't been proven.
so
Like
you're
I know it's
no, so
semantics,
you're
but
no, yeah, but so you're innocent until proven guilty, right?
so they say.
Yeah, but you are supposed to be.
Yeah, you're supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't always work like that in the practical in the actual realm of the world, but this is the assumption that we're gonna. So if you're not proved guilty, how can you then be liable for damages for something that you're not guilty of doing? I don't understand your court system. I don't understand how that works.
It's the legal usage of some words like guilty and like your phrase like didn't do it. Like those mean different things in law. So like
Yeah, but
that's why because just because it's like I said, just because you were found innocent doesn't mean you didn't do it. So that's why people can re-prosecute you. It's not just like a no. I actually didn't do it. So you guys don't have to do any more court stuff. I actually didn't do it. It doesn't work like that. It's always you're not found guilty or you're found innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a matter of it did or did not happen. It's a matter of this case prove that it did, or this case prove that it didn't.
Yeah, no, and this is what baffles me. Like you can't do that. Like you can't make that distinction. You can't say like, because that means that you're putting it on the other the shoe on the other foot and saying that a person who has not committed an action has to prove that he has not committed an action, which
Correct. You have to
is
prove a negative.
How do you prove a negative?
It's very hard, which is why it is stupid. And everybody listening, do not try to represent yourself in court. Get a fucking lawyer. Yeah. Owe the lawyer a lot of money or take out a loan. Get a lawyer. Your freedom is you can earn the money back, but you can't earn that time back. So that's why it's so convoluted and so hard to navigate that that's why I never talk to anybody. Like every time I get pulled over, I have nothing to say. Where are you coming from? Here's my ID. Just here you go. I'm not because I don't know what he's looking for, and I don't know how, like if he says, "Oh, were you coming from Smith Street?" Yeah, I just drove past there. You don't know what the fuck he's thinking, so now you have just implicated yourself at a location where a crime has been committed that you are not aware of. So now you have to prove that you didn't shoot somebody that you don't know with a gun you don't have. It's stupid. It's stupid.
I don't have a gun.
Well, I'm about to get one. I'm hoping for guns for wedding presents.
Oh, yeah. So can we go to mid-roll like right now, because I really have to pee. So let's do mid-roll and then we'll come back and I'll live translate some influencer bullshit.
Wait, so I have to do the mid-roll so you can go
You said you said you wanted to do mid-roll.
I did the intros.
Yeah, but you took it away from me. It was my time to do it, and you took it.
I really thought you should stretch your legs with the mid-roll.
No. Yeah, I'm going to stretch my legs while you're doing mid-roll so I can go out.
You know what?
Did mid-roll.
Get out of here. Get off the damn screen. All right. Hey, guys, he's gone. Bad man's gone. Me and you right now. So, I hate to say it, guys, but I need your cash. All of it. Well, not all of it. Just a little bit. And it helps with our production costs, which are growing because we have a lot of very interesting plans for the channel. We have more shows coming out, a lot of Patreon exclusive stuff, and we want to get more of you guys on in more ways than I can say without spoiling everything. So every little bit helps. Go to patreon.com/TheBinPodcast. $1, right? Everybody's throwing $1. That'll help out a lot. And if you're not in a financial position to help out the show financially, by all means, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. It gets us in front of new people. It gets us in front of other eyes. If you're listening to this audio on Fridays, hi Friday people, or YouTube, hi YouTube people. Crap, interrupted myself and I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, audio listeners, leave us a 5-star review on your podcatcher of choice. Apple Podcasts is really good about promoting people with good ratings. So when people look up, I don't know, 3 idiots and a smart girl do a politics podcast, if they just search that, maybe we'll pop up more frequently because you guys have referred us to so many new people. I don't have the list in front of me. I'm gonna start doing the list again. Brenda don't like it, but I'm doing it anyway. Get your ass in
here. Yep.
But yeah.
Yes, and Wanya Macaire is still in the chat saying gibberish. Yeah, so. But here's the deal. First of all, I have to do this. Look what I have.
Yes. That's what I got.
Yes. So I got a video capture card. Gonna do some gaming. But here's a fun project for everybody watching. What we're gonna do is that once a week, Wednesdays, Val is gonna learn how to game. And she's gonna do it while streaming. She has never played a video game in her life. And she's going to be on Twitch every Wednesday playing video games that she hasn't, Fall Guys, Call of Duty, Battlefield, all the good stuff. And, you should check in on that and help her out. I'm also going to do sometime over the weekend, I think Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to do full rundown of all the Easter eggs on Cold War Zombies in the Machine. Oh, sorry. Cat. Yep.
Joe kind of seems to be trying to capture a small
cat.
animal.
Not a cat. Yeah, so I'm going to do that next week. And then, please check us out while we're doing some gaming stuff. And that will be a good time.
Oh, Simply Secular Dave says in the chat here, hi Dave. I have my on PlayStation because I'm new to console gaming and don't know what the hell I am doing. Oh man, it's fine. Come on in here to Apex or something like that. We'll just put you on the other team. This is free. Hey, anybody need your KD up? Val and Dave are new to gaming. Look for their gamer tags and just absolutely demolish them.
Yes, do it. All right, so now I'm going to do some live translating because some background on this person is that she was one of the first people and most high-profile people under the Me Too to publicly point out an assailant under the Me Too hashtag on social media. This guy, he lost his job, all kinds of stuff after she. What's the thing that we're supposed to say? We're not sure that something happened.
Allegedly.
This guy allegedly raped her, and she put this out for 100,000 people on Instagram. He lost his job. She got sued by him, and she lost. So she had to pay a piss ton of money. Well, not piss ton, about $8,000, I think. And we have to remember that she's lethally wealthy, this woman. Because between the alleged assaults, she married a guy. He had a gaming company that he sold for $250 million kroner.
That's like $8.
Yeah, about $8. No, it's actually about
250. It's almost 100 to 1.
Yeah, $25 million. Yeah. No, he sold it for 500 million, so it's 50 million. So she's very wealthy. But she's after she got sentenced for defamation of character of this guy, because the defamation of character laws are quite interesting in Sweden. I'll try to get some Swedish lawyer to explain to us at some later point. But she got sentenced for doing this. And then she wrote a book where she keeps repeating these claims of this assault that she has been sentenced and paid fines for saying in the first place.
Yeah, that's that thing I said before. It's like, just because someone's found innocent, it doesn't mean that people don't think that they're guilty or that they are guilty. It just means that they were found innocent.
That's
what I mean. Like that's why she felt able to say those things, because like, yeah, the judge said that, but I think this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then So now she's. But if you, I sort of feel like if you rob a bank, and you got sentenced for robbing a bank, and after being sentenced for robbing a bank, you rob another bank. Why are you surprised that you are being prosecuted again for robbing banks? Robbing banks are clearly illegal. What you're doing is clearly not okay.
You're a bank robber.
So why do you keep on doing it? Why are you surprised like that it happens again? It's very weird to me, like how she was standing on the steps outside of the courthouse after being sentenced because she got prosecuted for this because it is a prosecutable offense to defame somebody to the degree that she did.
Yeah.
But shit, that was not at all what I wanted to talk about. So I really don't have an opinion. I was on her side. I thought that she had been abused. Now I'm not on her side anymore because obviously this person is just a prolific fucking liar about everything that has ever happened in her entire fucking life. She's a horrible fucking person and just a monster. But she gave so this book got published. She published published it herself, and now This is gonna be quite long, so please bear with me. This was posted on Instagram today, uh, by this woman, and I'm live translating. So please, my book will soon not be anymore. Within a short period of time, the court will decide if the state can confiscate every remaining example of my book. That means everyone who's still in a warehouse, at my house, or at the retailers. The reason being is that my self biographical book, Everything That Was Mine, is the first book in Sweden for over 54 years to be indicted for um, crimes against for violating the freedom of speech and defamation by the state. I've published the book myself. I've got an enormous response, and I'm very proud over that I had the audacity and the courage, even with the massive resistance that I had. As a woman in Sweden in the 2020s, it's considered too dangerous and controversial to give out a book where a man can be identified as a rapist. And then she writes a bit more.
Sorry, Zero's going crazy.
Yeah, but my book is about so much more than that. It's about it's a very small portion of it. It's about the in the book, in parentheses, not named, end of parentheses, man in question. It's about falling into adult life as a small town girl with big dreams. It's about being abused of being exposed to power abuse that shakes your entire world, being not being believed by basically everybody in your surrounding, about being in the bottom and trying to get back, about being sued and judged by the Swedish state because you tell your story. It's about so many young girls who have been forced to live their female life in a similar way. And she goes on and on. And here's my issue about this post is that she's trying to make it sound like she got sentenced because she told a story, because she was abused. And that's not all what she was sentenced for. She was sentenced not for telling her story, but for exposing a man who had been acquitted of a crime 10 years before to the entire world. That was the problem. She could have told her story just as easily without naming him, right?
Yeah, I don't know I don't know if that flies here. I think I think you're able to say what I'm trying to think of how it falls, but I think that might be legal here. I think that
It
might.
might be. I think it might be. And I think that this is where the legal things come in because you can actually in Sweden be convicted of defamation of character, even if what you're saying is true.
Right.
And proven true.
Right.
If your intent of doing so can be proven to be defamation of said character. So if you tell a true story that is, there's only truth to it, you can still be sentenced for defamation if your intent about telling that story is defamation. Yeah, if the spread is big enough.
You're just deliberately trying to hurt somebody.
Yeah. You're just trying to, hurt them financially or socially, or, try to make them seem as such and such. If that's your prime intent, then you can still be sentenced for defamation. I do not, by the way, agree with this law. I think this law is stupid. It's still the law, what we talked about earlier, right? This law should be changed. You should be able to speak the truth, tell the truth, without having repercussions because somebody got hurt because you told the truth.
Right.
As long as it's a provable truth. In this case, it wasn't a provable truth because she said the rape happened, went to the police 6 years later. The police said, we can't prove that something happened between you two behind closed doors 6 years ago. We have no fucking idea. How can we prove that? In my head, if you can't prove it that way,
that's shitty territory, though. I mean, like, I get that, like, you might disagree with, like, the facts of her case, but just, like, saying it in that way makes it sound like you're saying, all right, I'll do whatever I want, and as long as you can't prove it, then I didn't do it. And we know that that's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know that
No, I'm saying that if you're going to go out in the public domain and claim that somebody did something that, people, this has been investigated by the police have said this has not happened, then you cannot claim that to be a fact anymore.
But that presupposes that the cops get everything right all the time. Like the
innocent until proven guilty.
The Central Park Five spent 18 years in jail.
Yeah, because the coppers fucked up, dude. Like, because it was bad cops doing bad shit.
That was normal cops doing normal shit at the time. Like, that's what happened.
So dude, I'm not saying that it gets it right all of the time. I'm saying that it gets it wrong a lot of the times, which is one of the reasons that the death penalty should just be abolished altogether, because we get it. Yeah, because we get it wrong too many times. We kill too many fucking innocent people by doing it. But at the same time, if we don't trust a legal system to prove it, so everybody can just run around claiming that everybody's done anything and you don't have to prove anything, and even if you got acquitted, you can still claim that they did it.
It's not. It's definitely needs a lot of work. Definitely needs a lot of work. Because we don't want to over prosecute people, but we also don't want to let people slide on technicalities. Bill Cosby, looking right at you, you fucking monster.
But Bill Cosby was guilty. He did not, he was still guilty after they let him go. Right? He did not get off. He was not found not guilty. He was still found guilty, right? If I'm not mistaken here, please
it was a mistrial. Correct me. It was a mistrial.
Yeah, but it was a mistrial because, they fucked up on a technicality.
Right.
He was still proven to have done these things.
Right. But he's not convicted. He's not guilty. He wasn't convicted by the courts.
No. He was still found guilty, but it was a mistrial.
No, he confessed. He confessed, but there's no punishment because they didn't do it the right way. That's what I'm saying. Like, the law is so tenuous and so all over the place. Like, that's why you need lawyers, people. We need like 5 or 6 lawyers for our show. Just to remind us what we are and are not allowed to say.
Oh, it's gonna be like that fucking Top Gear episode where he was driving the Tesla with a bunch of lawyers in the back, and it's like, I hope we're not applying this, are we? And it was like, we are. No, we can say that this, but da 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 da. And he was like, oh fuck, ended up locking the lawyers in the car with the remote and shit. That's gonna be us in about a year.
Man, that would be great. How much fun would it be for us to have our own fucking Top Gear? Get on Patreon, y'all. Get on Patreon. We want our own Top Gear show. It'll be so worth it. So worth it. All right. Speaking of people.
Shit.
Speaking of, what a great segue that was. This from the New York Times, where we are subscribed. You guys should really consider, because we talked about this a couple weeks ago, about actually putting some money into all the publications that we're constantly poaching articles from, because they have jobs and they need paychecks too, and we're using their sweat to make our little living here. So consider subscribing to some of the news sources. They definitely desperately need you right now. This is from the New York Times. Brazil's president banned social networks from removing some posts. I wonder why. The new rules in Brazil appear to be the first national policy that restricts how tech companies can control their sites, analysts say. Now, you might be thinking, hey, maybe it's talking about, like, I don't know, the R word, or maybe it's talking about graphic content. Oh no. President. Oh shit! I should have looked up how to say this. Well, how would you think that's said in Portuguese? Jair? Does that look right? Jair? Jair? Who's Portuguese in the chat? Somebody help me.
I'm gonna call him Chair.
Oh, because of you. Yeah. So, President Chair of Brazil is temporarily banning social media companies from removing certain content, including his claims that the only way he'll lose next year's election is if the vote is rigged. One of the most significant steps by a democratically elected leader to control what can be said on the internet. The new social media rules issued this week and effective immediately appear to be the first time a national government has stopped internet companies from taking down content that violates their rules, according to internet law experts and officials at tech companies. And they come at a precarious moment for Brazil. Your thoughts so far, sir? Does it remind you of anyone?
Yes. Please, yeah, go on.
And people said, what's the worst thing that could happen if we vote for Trump? Well, look at the Supreme Court. And now look at all of the other fucking countries copying his fucking ridiculous, boneheaded fucking strategies.
No, but, again, so these ultra-conservative capitalists pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Privatization is fantastic. Capitalism is the most amazing thing in the world. They want to restrict privately owned companies by law.
Yep. You can only say what I want you to say.
But as long as you don't get an abortion, right?
Yeah. You can't do anything with your body, and you also can't tell me not to say stuff.
If you're a woman, you can't do anything with your body.
Right.
As a man, you can do anything. Tell me one law in the history of the fucking world who tells a man what he can do with his body.
Hashtag Lady Kamala.
Yeah. But no, fucking hell. Like, really? You want to restrict a private company from what to do on their sites?
Mr. Chair Bolsonaro has used social media as a megaphone.
It's Bolsonaro.
Bolsonaro. Chair Bolsonaro.
Bolsonaro.
Bolsonaro. Balls Naruto has used social media as a megaphone to build his Don't mute your fucking laughter. I sound like a madman fucking talking to myself. Unmute yourself now. And you laugh on camera so everyone can hear it. This is your fucking asshole. Now, with polls showing he would lose the presidential elections if they were held today, he is using sites like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube to try to undermine the legitimacy of the vote, following the playbook of his close ally, current shithead, former President Trump. On Tuesday, Mr. Bolsonaro repeated his claims about the election to thousands of supporters in 2 cities as part of a nationwide demonstrations on Brazil's Independence Day. So, there you go. His homie told him, no, man, here's what you got to do. You just say a bunch of wild shit on fucking social media, breaking all kinds of terms of service. And then as soon as they start censoring those messages that are against terms of service, which you all agree to, then just play victim and then you'll win. And then people will be driving around Brazil with fucking giant lifted F-150s with American or Brazil flags flying off the back. Make Brazil great again.
How have we come to this?
We're going to Ginger Island. That's all that can be done. We all have to just live there.
Yeah. Graham, sign me up for a first ticket out, dude. Like, what the fuck?
You know how to make boats. Just get a tree or something and just carve that bitch out. That's what you know how to do that.
That's called a fucking canoe, man.
You are like the boat people.
Yeah, but that, like, you are, I don't know what kind of fucking people you are, but I bet you can't do that either.
I mean, you got a cousin Floki or something, right?
No, I don't.
Make us one of them, don't. With the dragon on the front. We could just all get on that and then just go over to Ginger Island.
I probably have some ancestor that used to build boats.
That does not mean call upon that spirit so that you can make us a boat. Get us the fuck away from these crazy people.
I am about to make the most racist joke in the world, and I'm trying to bite my lip not to do it because it's going to be horrible.
Oh, I'll be on top of the boat this time. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Ain't no chains on this boat. Don't get no ideas.
I need some people to row this shit.
Shit, you better fucking hoist a goddamn sail.
Yeah, hopefully made out of cotton, mate.
That's not picked by me.
Well, you might have some. You should be good at it because your ancestors been doing it for hundreds of years. So.
Yeah, but you know, I've grown soft over the years. All this, all this education and freedom. Yeah, your people were not like making boats because they were slaves. Like Africans are just now. It's like, every morning I just wake up loving to fucking pick shit. But y'all was over like, look, I saw the documentary called Vikings that you were in from a few years back. You still don't think that looks like you. You still don't think that looks like you.
No, doesn't.
He's not even Norwegian, is he? He's from where's he from? Isn't he Australian?
Yeah. Travis Fimmel. Yeah.
I love that.
I do have to say though, Tons of Mice, he's been trolling us for about 2 years now, but we have to take a second to fucking realize how knowledgeable this person is, right? So his comment is, you know how to make boats, in quotation marks, see the Vasa. Do you know what the ship, the Vasa, is?
It means vase.
No. It was a ship that was built like back in like the early 1800s something. And they built the most enormous ship that they could build, but they didn't take into consideration, laws of physics and stuff. So as soon as they put it on water, it just and sank. Because they built it too high and the center of gravity was all off, and it's just
so now there's an entire forest at the bottom of the lake.
Yeah. And for some reason, Tons of Mice knows this story, which is like a Swedish legend of this, enormous ship that they built, but they didn't think about, center of gravity and shit, and it just tilted over one side and sank.
You underestimate tons of mice. Don't.
No, no, I don't underestimate. I wanted to
He thinks you're
congratulate him
he
on.
thinks you're dumb, tons. That's what he's trying to say. Long story short, he thinks you're a dummy, a big old dum dum, just like me.
All right, that's what I get for trying to give somebody a compliment for once. Holy
Let
fuck!
that be a lesson
No,
to you.
yeah, no, but shit, dude, like it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up.
I mean, I I knew other people. I knew there would be copycats, but I thought it would just be Republicans. I wouldn't think that it would go all the way down to Brazil. But apparently they're buddies. So
It's gonna
there's
come
that.
here, dude. It's gonna come here. Like we're just 2 or 3 years behind you, and we have election next year.
You hope.
That's gonna be fun.
You hope there's an election next year.
Jesus Christ! Oh, the Christian Democrats leader was on TV today.
Oh, here.
That
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
that was fun. That was fun.
I'm reading down into the article here. It says in July, YouTube removed 15 of Mr. Bolsonaro's videos for spreading misinformation about the coronavirus. And late last month, YouTube said that under orders from a Brazilian court, it has stopped payments to 14 pro Bolsonaro channels that had spread false information about next year's presidential elections. So YouTube's an ass. Sorry, YouTube. And they're very quick to take something down for the wrong reason. Lying about COVID during a pandemic? Yeah, that's not good. They're not going to let that shit fly. That's one thing that they've been pretty good about. We were very careful in the beginning about like what to say and not to say so we didn't piss off the bots, but algorithm seems to be pretty worked out, bud. So unless you're, what's that, Invermycin, whatever shit? Yeah, unless you're promoting that shit, I don't see them pulling your videos down unless it's real stupid. Shut down.
Yeah. No, I'm. Yes, tons of mice. They did put it in the museum, but here is the thing: the Vasa is a Swedish warship built between 1626 and 1628. The ship sank after sailing roughly 1,400 yards into her maiden voyage on August 10th, 1628. She fell into obscurity after most of her valuable bronze cannon were salvaged in the 17th century, and she was located again in the late 1950s in a busy shipping area in the Stockholm harbor.
Wait.
The ship was.
These Vikings had cannons. What kind of Vikings were these?
No, this was the 1600s, man. This was 600 years after the Vikings.
See, if they would have took out them brass fucking cannons, it would have been fine.
Yeah. So yeah, but so Johnson Mice, yes, it is in a museum now, but it spent about 330 years on the bottom of the Stockholm harbor after doing its maiden voyage of entirely 1,400 yards, which is what 14 football fields or something, because a football field is 100 yards, 90 meters, right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You see, I know stuff.
This from Simply Secular Dave. Hi, Dave. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom. So how about this? How about this? Trump approach to ruling a country with lies and gaslighting. We all good? Yeah, sounds about par for the course. And Wanye Maker says, "Well done, Mikey. We've just been kicked off YouTube's. Well, we had a good run.
We can go to that. We can go to that other website now.
I mean, for what it's worth, like Twitch has been better than us than YouTube anyway. So,
Yep.
Anywho,
all right. Let's wrap this up. What did we learn today?
my shoes are awesome, and you're jealous.
Don't care about your shoes.
So sweet.
I don't know. It's just shoes. I'm almost 4 years old. I don't look at other men's feet.
Well, that's because you're Not an American. Americans always look at each other.
Yeah, because you're too scared to look in each other's eyes, right? Because everybody's carrying a gun, and it's like the law of the fucking jungle. If you look somebody in the eyes, it's a sign of aggression. You might get shot.
Well, I mean, that's how I can tell who I'm talking to is by what kind of shoe you're wearing and the condition of the shoe. You can learn a lot from a person just by looking at their shoes. Is it cheap shoes that are worn out? Oh, this motherfucker's broke. Yeah. If he's saying give me the money, give him the money. But if this guy's got brand new sneakers on, he's soft. They brand new, they all clean, they not even scuffed. Or if they're clean, or if they're new but they're all beat to shit, yeah, I don't trust them motherfuckers anyway. They have no love for themselves. They don't respect. I watch out for them. There's a lot to be learned.
Yeah, I got shoes.
I got brown ones and black ones.
I got boots. I know right where to put them.
Gross. All right, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. We got stuff to do. Got important
busy.
fucking research stuff to do.
All right, so for Jartan, for me, Mikey Famine, and for Brenna and Wayne, this has been the Bin Podcast, episode 83.